Hello student, let's discuss about the polymer technology introduction. In the previous class I told you about the complete course description about each topic. Now I will be starting from first unit, that is polymer technology, the introduction. Now first you have to understand what are the polymers. Polymers are basically very large molecule that is made up from hundred of monomer unit when they join together and they are forming a long chain. If you talk about the word polymer, that means poly means many and mer means parts. So many parts join together. Polymer is used as a synonym for plastics. So this is used to make plastics. You can say all plastics are polymers, but all polymers are not a plastic. You can see the reaction here. We have one uh, ethylene molecule, n number of ethylene molecule is undergoing through a high pressure and high temperature chemical reaction, and that is making a synthesized molecule, that is polyethylene. Now the types of polymer, these are the types of polymers: natural polymer, homopolymer, copolymer, thermoplastic, thermosets, long chain polymer. So if you talk about the natural polymer, this is the kind of polymer that is naturally occurring. Natural polymer is a polymer that result from only raw material that are found in the nature. So some of these natural polymers include DNA and RNA, cotton, DNA, wood. These are the example of natural occurring polymer. You can see this is a wood sample, that is a thread of wood. So this is a polymer, this is a cotton. So this is a kind of natural polymer. Now homopolymers. So what are homopolymers? These are the synthesized from single type of monomer, means similar property monomers that join together. Homopolymers are consist of chains with identical bonding linkage to each monomer. So their bonding is identical, similar bonding, and this usually implies that the polymer is made from all identical monomer molecules. So you can see this is the crystal of ethylene. When ethylene particle join with another ethylene particle, so these are making a type of bond, and same type of bond is prepared with another two. So that is called the homopolymer. Now copolymer, when two or more different monomers together to form polymerization, their result is called copolymerization. So this process is called the copolymerization, and types of copolymerization is statistical copolymerization, alternating copolymer, block copolymer, graft copolymer. Next is thermoplastic. You can see a thermoplastic is a type of plastic that can be softened by heat, or it can be hardened by cooling and then softened by heat over and over again. Means if you heat the thermoplastic, it becomes soft. If you cool it, it becomes hard. Thermoplastics are not cross polymers or linked polymers. For example, polyethylene, nylon, polyvinyl chloride are the example of thermoplastic. You can see in the picture mostly electrical cables uses the thermoplastics. Thermosets, thermoset having the property of becoming permanently hard, rigid when they are heated. Thermostats are hard and rigid at room temperature and do not soft on heating. So when you heat the thermostat plastic, it does not get soft. Okay. So example of the thermostats are epoxy resin or phenolic resin or polyester resin. Now next is long chain polymer. Long chain polymer is a strand of repeating molecules, means the bonds are repeating. These the type pattern of the polymerization is repeating. These chains are orient themselves in lines as they enter a mold, but may be annealed so they can recoil. So this type of polymer are called long chain polymer. Now we will classify the polymer based on the four characteristics. The first one is based on origin of the source. The first one is based on the origin of the source. So into this, the polymers are classified into three types. The first one, natural polymer, second, semi-synthetic, and third is synthetic polymer. And based on the structure, we have three types: linear polymer, branch chain polymer, cross-linked polymer. And based on the molecular forces, we have four types: elastomers, fibers, thermoplastic, and thermosetting polymer. And based on the mode of polymerization, we have additional polymers, condensation polymers. Now let's start the detailed information about the polymer that are based on origin of the source. So based on the origin of source, these are of three types. The first one is natural polymer. You can see the picture of the natural polymer, which are isolated from natural materials, are called as a natural polymers. For example, you have cotton, silk, wood or rubber. The second is polymer, that is synthetic polymer. These are the synthesized from low molecular weight compound that are called a synthetic polymers. For example, you have polyethylene, nylon and terylene. And third type of polymer, you have synthetic polymer, that is the polymer mostly derived from naturally occurring polymers by chemical modification. For example, rayon. Rayon is a fiber. Using this rayon, you are making your cloths. Now next is based on the structure. Based on the structure, there are four type of polymers. The first is linear polymer. Into the linear polymer, the molecules form long chain without branches. You can see in the picture individual molecule of the monomers. They are forming a long chain polymers without any branch. So this type of polymer is called linear polymer. And branch polymer, the polymer in which the molecule having branch point that connects three or more segments. You can see these are the branched polymers. Okay, these are having three connections, 1, 2 and 3 molecules. Okay, or more, maybe 1, 2 or more connections may be here into this segment. So these type of polymers are known as branched polymer. The next one is cross-linked polymer. Into this type of polymer, it includes the interconnection between the chains. You can see in these are the two chains. In between the chains, there is a interconnection between the chains. So these type of polymers are known as a cross-linked polymer. Next is network polymer. In the network polymer, a cross-linked polymer that includes numerous interconnections between chains. You can see the interconnections are many. Here 1, 2, 3. Okay, somewhere 4. So these kind of polymers uh, are called network polymers. Now, based on mode of the polymerization, based on the mode of the polymerization, we have additional polymerization. So, same kind of monomers are straightforwarded added. It is rapid chain reaction having chemically activated mers, and each reaction set up the condition for another to proceed. So it consists of three stages: initiation in the first stage, propagation in the second stage, and termination in the third stage. And then next type of polymer is condensation polymer. Condensation polymer involves a polymerization reaction between the two monomers with expulsion of simple byproduct. You can see the two polymer particles are A plus B. This is making a new polymer, that is AB plus simple byproduct. So this is making a simple byproduct. It involves individual chemical reaction between reactive mers. Byproduct is formed and condensed out. So this reaction is slower than the additional polymerization and it needs reactive functional groups. Now on to this slide, we will discuss about the characteristics of the polymers. So these are the characteristics. Polymer have low density and the polymer low coefficient of friction. Polymer have good corrosion resistance and these are good mold ability. Poor tensile strength, low mechanical property, poor temperature resistance. This can be produced transparent or different colors. Next, talking of the application of the polymers. So these are the different applications of the polymers in the medicine sector. Many biomaterials, specifically heart valve replacement and blood vessels, are made up of polymers like Dacron or Teflon. And consumer science, the plastic containers of all shapes and sizes are lightweight and economically less expensive than more traditional containers. For the industry purpose, the automobile parts, pipes, tanks, packing material, adhesives are all polymer applications used in industrial market. And sports, playground equipment, golf clubs, swimming pools and protective helmets are produced from the polymers.